All right, everybody, how's it going? It is January 14th, 2020, and we just finished, of course, with the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and that leaves us to the conference championship, which means there's only 3 games left here in the NFL season, 4 if you sort of count the Pro Bowl, but I mean, not really anybody counts the Pro Bowl, so there's 3 real games left here in the season, and we're going to go over our picks to see who will play for the Super Bowl. And yeah, if you followed my channel at all this year, this is a pretty obvious who I'm picking to go to the Super Bowl. I've been saying it all week. I pretty much hinted at it, who I thought would, if these 2 teams won, which I got the Ravens getting upset correctly. You already know who I'm putting in for the AFC. And for the NFC, you already know who I'm not picking. So if you don't want to watch, you don't have to. You already know who I'm picking. So I'm not going to come out right and say it, but if you watch my channel once, you know exactly who I'm picking to go to the next round. So yeah, it was a fun season. We did very well. We're 5-3 in the playoffs, which isn't bad. One of the losses should be a freebie because I picked the Patriots to win a game and they lost. So I mean, of course, but yeah, so here we are. We have the Chiefs. Well, I guess I can go look at the seeding because this is what we have left for seeding, and these are the teams that play each other. We in the NFC, obviously, we have 1 versus 2, which is the 49ers and the Green Bay Packers. And then, of course, in the AFC, we have the Kansas City Chiefs hosting the Tennessee Titans. That should be an interesting game. I don't think the NFC game is going to be very good, personally. I think it's going to be a repeat of what we've seen maybe earlier this year, like a 38-7 game or something like that. I don't remember the final. It was a really good game though. I really enjoyed watching whatever team won that game just destroy the other team. I really don't like one of these teams. You know what I mean? Like, out of all these teams that are left, and we'll get to the picks in just a second, I feel like I just kind of want to talk for a second. It won't be very long. I promise it won't be. I mean, the picks are going to take like 3 minutes. Because, I mean, one of these games, it's literally going to be like, I just don't think their defense can stop one of the variants of the other team's offense. And I think it's only going to get worse and worse and worse and worse as the game goes on. But they kind of have a counteraction that they can score quick. You know, we'll go over that soon. So, but yeah, so I really don't mind 3 of the teams that are left in it. I'm not the biggest Chiefs fan. I don't really like them, but I don't really hate them. I like Mahomes. So like everyone, and like I know I've kind of been tough on the Chiefs and Mahomes during their little rise here, but like I don't really have a problem with him. Mahomes is fun. He can whip the ball around. He's impressive to watch. It's the same thing. Like if Aaron Rodgers was not on the Green Bay Packers, I would probably like him a lot more. Well, I wouldn't hate his fucking guts if he was a Green Bay Packer, or if he was like maybe, I don't know, like if he was a Tampa Bay Buccaneer his whole career and he had the same career in Tampa Bay, the same success, I would actually be like, I don't mind Aaron Rodgers, but it's just where he plays. I do not like the Packers. I hate the whole organization. I hate everything about that team, how lucky they are, how they're favored by everybody in the media. Everybody loves them. The league loves them. They cheat for them. They make horrible fucking calls for them. That's the only thing I'm worried about in this game, is if the league wants to try to cheat so they can get a repeat of the first Super Bowl 100 years later. Look, it's still the Chiefs and the Packers. And I'm a little worried that the league is going to try to fuck over the Titans and the 49ers. But I also think these 2 teams are a little bit better than what everybody thinks, specifically more the Titans, because that's just crazy how they're winning. So anyway, like I said, I don't really hate any of the 4 teams that are in here other than the Packers, who I hate with all everything I have. The Titans will be one of the teams I hate if they do win the Super Bowl. They'll become a team I don't like, just because they beat my Patriots, and that would make me think that had we actually not lost to this loser team, we would probably be in the Super Bowl, because I think we could have beaten the Chiefs, especially if the Titans beat them. We could have beaten the Chiefs. Probably beaten the Ravens, could have definitely beaten the Texans. So I guess I can't wait till next year, because I know we'll have Brady back. But yeah, I don't know. So this is going to be a pretty fun championship thing. It's going to be a weird Super Bowl. It's a weird AFC championship game, no Patriots. So the New England Invitational doesn't feature the team hosting the event, so that's a little strange. But yeah, anyway, so let's go ahead and finally get into the picks here. I know you're all waiting for it. All the games are on Sunday. No more Saturday football, which is stupid. That's for college. And of course, at 3:05 p.m., we have the Kansas City Chiefs playing host to the Tennessee Titans. The Chiefs they're 7.5 point favorites as I checked this morning. These were from FanDuel.com, from FanDuel, so this is where I got them. The Chiefs are 7.5 point favorites with an over/under of 52.5, which I think is. What do I have them? So yeah, I think I actually have them. I have them at 51, so I have them going under. So that's something to consider. I don't know if the Titans can score. Well, they kept up with they beat the Chiefs earlier this year, like 35-31, but that was kind of a weird situation where the Chiefs were coming back from injuries. They were still kind of at like 45 to 55% of what their max capacity of being the healthy Chiefs are. We just seen the difference in the Texans playing the fully healthy Chiefs. They absolutely destroyed the Texans. But, you beat the Texans in the divisional round. You and every other team that's ever played them there. So, all right, that's a good win, though. But the Titans, of course, they're coming off beating the Patriots. Very, very difficult thing to do. No matter what year you're playing that team in the playoffs, they are not an easy team to defeat. Very good. And then they just beat the Baltimore Ravens, which I tried to tell everybody, even though everyone's like, oh, you're stupid, you're on drugs. What are you smoking to think the Titans are going to be able to beat the Ravens? You don't know what you're talking about with football. Boy, they beat them exactly the way I said they were going to. They were going to out-physical them. They were going to hit Lamar in the mouth. They were going to get out to an early lead. They were going to take advantage of them not playing in 20 fucking days. And look at that. The Titans won the game. It was like the blueprint everybody laid out a week after I gave them. So I felt very, confident in making that pick. And now here we are with the Titans again. They are in the AFC Championship game. And here we are again where I have them winning a game. 27-24. Give me the Titans over the Chiefs. Now, you're going to probably all comment, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't understand football, which is fine. You can make that proclamation if you will. But I have to tell you, there's a few things in this game that kind of scare me for the Kansas City Chiefs. They can't stop the run. They will not be able to deal with Derrick Henry. All right, if the Ravens couldn't handle Derrick Henry, sorry, Kansas City, you're fucked there. So there's another 200 for Derrick. So later in the games, if the Chiefs fall behind like they did against the Houston Texans, which I guess they're capable of falling behind. So, and the Titans are capable of striking really quickly and fast. Like that's what their MO is. They come at you real quick, and then they give the ball to Derrick Henry. And if the Chiefs fall behind like they did against the Houston Texans, even by 2 scores, if you're down 10-0, if you're down 13-0, if you're down 14-0, that could be the ball game right there, because the Kansas City Chiefs will not have an answer for Derrick Henry. That's going to be a problem for them. The Ravens had literally no option. Patriots, nothing against them. And these are 2 of the higher rated defenses in the NFL. Now we have to deal with the Chiefs, who are a questionable defense most of the time. I know they've been playing very, very well recently, but man, that is Derrick Henry versus that. That's going to be the X factor. But one of the things the Chiefs do have that kind of will keep it close is the fact that this team can score in about 4 seconds. That's all. Literally, they just throw it down the field and then they throw another one, then a touchdown. They're a very quick team, so you can kind of neutralize the salting of the clock. But the Titans will salt the clock on you. Keep the ball out of Mahomes' hand. Keep the ball away from the offense, much like every team tries to do. They're going to try to, and if they have to bang with the Chiefs, they know they can bang with the Chiefs. They did it earlier this year. You can throw on them. You can run on them. Even Tannehill had a good game against. You know what I mean? Like you can beat the Chiefs defense, and if you can salt the fucking ball away and have long drives, keep Mahomes off the field. And with the Chiefs though, none of these teams that are left are bad. So it's going to be like the Chiefs are going to have an answer for this. They're going to be scoring quick. They're going to try big plays, home run balls. They're going to be trying to because what else can they do? Because they know as soon as they say they eat up 6 minutes off the clock, they don't score, they got to punt the ball away or something, or they fail to convert a 4th down and the ball just goes back to the Titans, they can eat another 6 or 7 off, and that's a whole quarter basically. So it's like you got to there are so many things with the Chiefs, because we know that the Chiefs aren't going to be able to really stop Derrick Henry. That's going to be their biggest problem. That's their biggest issue. It's like they can scheme all they want like every other team, but I don't think they have the physicality to deal with him, especially if it gets late in the game and they're down. That literally will be a problem. They literally cannot get down in this game like the Ravens got down to them. They cannot get down like they got down to the Texans. They cannot fall. They cannot let the Tennessee Titans get a 2-score lead. But I don't think the Chiefs are going to be able to stop that. They're not going to be able to stop this offense. This is one of the hottest teams I've ever seen in a playoff run, sans the 2007 New York Giants. Literally, that's what this team is. It's the 2007 New York Giants. If you ripped off the mask of Ryan Tannehill, it would be Eli Manning. And then you go, wait a minute. And you go over to the New York Giants, you walk over there and you rip off Eli's face, it'd be Ryan Tannehill. Something happened where these two got body switched. And all of a sudden, the Titans are reliving old Eli glory. And I'm very scared of what I see here, because if you're a fan of the 49ers or the Packers, and this team wins, you just don't even count on us. It would just be like, son of a bitch, we're going to lose to the Titans. You know, it's not that embarrassing anymore, because I mean, at first for us Patriots fans, it was terrible. And then the Ravens fans were like, all right. And then, you know, Chiefs fans, all right, you know. So that's kind of how the way I'm looking at this game. I think the Titans are going to be too much running with the physical run game, physical offensive style, physical defensive style. For a team in the Chiefs that are more finesse, they don't really play a super physical style. They don't like playing a super physical style, I don't think. And I think that's going to be the big difference. They're just going to over-physical the Chiefs. The offense is going to be too much. Their defense is going to be able to fuck with the Chiefs a little bit, even though I don't really think it's going to be too much of a deal, defense in this game. Even if this game goes to a shootout, I still like the Titans, even though they haven't passed the ball very well. They have very capable receivers, and I don't like the Chiefs' defensive backs. I know the Chiefs have been better on defense the last month, but it's just one of those things where you look at it, you're like, God, there's no fucking way that defense contains Derrick Henry. So because of those things, I'm going to be going with the Titans over the Chiefs, 27-24. I'm already prepared for all you Chiefs fans to tell me I'm wrong. The Ravens fans did it, and it's whatever. Your team hasn't been to the Super Bowl in like 80 years or some bullshit. It's like 60. I don't know how long it's been. What is it? 50 to 60 years since you motherfuckers have been in the Super, like been near this game. So it's like you went to the first Super. It's been a while, so we'll see. Next game. Not even a surprise, even a little bit. If you've ever followed my channel, at 6:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the NFC Championship game will feature the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Green Bay Packers. The 49ers are a 7.5 point favorite with an over-under of 45. Again, all the lines come from FanDuel. Both of these teams finished with a 13-3 record. But for some reason, the San Francisco 49ers finished with a better overall record. And that is because earlier this season, when Aaron Rodgers came to the Bay with his Green Bay Packers, they got the teeth kicked in by one 49ers team. They lost 38-7 and looked like one of the most, it was a terrible game by the Packers. They looked completely overmatched. They had no chance from the word go. It was just an onslaught of a beatdown. I enjoyed every single Oh, it was so sweet to watch the Packers just get their teeth kicked in over and over and over and over and over and over again. And it's really cool that we get to watch that again. I'm being a little bit more generous this time because I think the Packers might be able to score a couple more points. It doesn't change the fact that their defense is still atrocious. Yeah, you guys won your first game. Ooh, you beat the Seahawks. Nice. A team that most people agreed on was a bunch of overachievers that shouldn't have been in the playoffs anyway. And that's nothing disrespectful against the Seahawks. I think they're a good football team, and I like Russell Wilson quite a bit. It's just like you're overachieving. You're not even supposed to be in the playoffs this year. You're overachieving. I don't understand why. But I don't buy Green Bay. Never will, never have. They have been a joke for the last 10 years since their Super Bowl. You know, since all the Favre pieces left the team, it became Aaron Rodgers' team. You know, once all the Favre guys were gone with the old regime and had Favre DNA all over the team, then it became Aaron's team, and they haven't won shit at all, and they've been terrible the last 2 years. Yeah. I don't buy this team. I don't think they have the rush defense to stop this team if they want to run the ball. They can get after the quarterback. I was wrong about that last video, so I will apologize to the Packers. They can get after your quarterback. That might be a little bit of an X factor. Their defensive backs they have a good one. Aaron Rodgers is a Hall of Famer, I guess. Aaron Jones is a good running back. I'll give you that. Does that translate to anything? No, it doesn't. Old ass Jimmy Graham. No, I don't think they have the offensive line play to deal with what the Packers or what the 49ers are going to bring that defensive front, all first round draft picks. It's just what I've been saying since the start of the year. The 49ers might be one of the sneaky good best teams in football this year. And look where we are. They absolutely destroyed the Minnesota Vikings. It was a brutal beatdown of another team. What was it, like 6 sacks or some bullshit just out of nowhere? They quit playing in about week 10, then they turned it back on for the playoffs, and it just was clearly evident they quit trying it at week 10, and now they're trying again and killing everybody. So I just don't see where this is going to be close. When I watched that game earlier this year, I seen nothing from the Packers that would indicate that maybe if they played each other again, they could win. No, they lost by 31 points, and it was never close. It was never... They couldn't even get garbage time points against this team. It was. I just don't see it. If the Packers win this game against the 49ers, I will be absolutely stunned. Nothing will ever stun. This will be in my opinion, this would be the second biggest just surprise loss in a playoff game since the Patriots lost to the Giants in 2007. To me personally, I just do not see a scenario where the Packers beat the 49ers. And I don't really have much analysis for this. It's just when those two teams played each other earlier this year, it was Green Bay couldn't match the physicality. Green Bay couldn't match the ferocity. Green Bay couldn't match the passion in the game. They couldn't match. They didn't have the ability to block these dudes on defense. They couldn't. The receivers Green Bay had couldn't compete with the defensive backs. The linebacker. It was just a complete domination. They made Aaron Rodgers look bad. It was just. And that's not easy to do. As much as I clown Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, they're not a terrible football team, all things considered. And the way that they got treated by the 49ers made it look like they're a 3-13 team. They got tossed the fuck around by this team, and I just don't see where that changes. And that's just not even my blind Green Bay hatred. It's just, man, when I seen that earlier this year, it was like, what on earth would any Packers fan be excited about this game for? I know a few of them. I will give you guys some credit. You guys are being like, well, this is the worst fucking game we could have gotten. And it was. This was the worst game you guys. If you guys could have drawn the Vikings, you'd probably go into the Super Bowl. That's it. But this is the game you drew first, or this is the game you drew. That's a bit unfortunate for your team. Good luck to you though, Packers fans. Not trying to be super shitty to you guys. I don't like your football team. I don't like you as a fan base. But this is an unfortunate draw for you guys. Give me the 49ers 35, Packers 20, and of course the Titans over the Chiefs 27-24. Those are my picks. Of course, that's my overall pick'em record. I'm 5-3 in the playoffs, as we already mentioned earlier. So let's see where we at. Really long video. All right, so I'm going to start to wrap this up. Let me know what you think of my picks down below. Make sure you leave a comment with whatever you think. I'll make sure to get back to you at least a few times. And then I'll quit commenting. But at least leave your first one. I'll always reply to the first one. So, and at least this maybe a couple follow-ups. So, but all right, guys, thank you so much for listening. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Of course, comment down below. Are you excited for the Super Bowl this year? There's no Patriots. It's everything you ever wanted. Or are you a little kind of no Patriots, huh? Be a lot better to have seen them maybe lose the Super Bowl. But I guess in the wild card that was good. Feels cheaping, doesn't it? You'd rather see them lose in the AFC Championship game or the Super Bowl. You have to admit, feels weird without the Patriots, and it doesn't feel as good. So, have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much for listening, or a good rest of your evening whenever you listen to this. Have a good one. Go Patriots, go Lions, even though they both are out and suck. Whatever. Go team.